Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Saturday, and I'm going to be busting open a big package, even though this package is not mine. It's actually my son's. He has been, I guess I taught him well, he has been trying to ramp up and pick up some coins here and there. He's starting to, I think how do I say this? I say he's starting to understand. Maybe he's always understood because he's seen me do it. He's heard me talk about it. He's actually the one that got me into wanting to start this channel. Just because so many people had asked me different questions about different things. And, little by little, I kind of talk a lot about the topics that we talk about here. Prepping, stacking. A lot of it revolves around money. And so he kind of wanted to take advantage of this opportunity. This was a Black Friday sale from Universal Coin and Bullion. While I bust them open, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bust it all open, put it right here, and after that, we're going to be talking while we are opening them, and then I'll be showing you guys what is in here afterwards. So if you see me just opening it, I don't want anybody thinking, oh man, I wanted to see a little closer. Now, there may be a couple things in here that he don't take, because what happens in a lot of cases is they run a special, and when they do, I just give him the opportunity to take out what he wants, and he can use his work earnings to basically to buy it. And anything he don't want, then I'll just eat the difference and basically pay it and keep it. Granted, it's all going to be his someday, because when it comes to gold, silver, it is generational wealth. Most of us are not going to probably really, I should be opening up over here, but I'm not. I wasn't thinking about it. Most of us should understand that this is a way to preserve money for generations down the road, for our kids, for our grandkids, whatever the case may be. And I like to buy regularly. Why do I buy regularly? I buy regularly because I understand what's going on. I understand that this is sound money, and this is holding its ground. Now, not only that, I don't really like to get too much into the doom and gloom of stuff, but there's just a lot of things at play right now when it comes to the bricks. A lot of people think, oh, I haven't heard nothing about the bricks, and so if I don't hear about it, then it must not be going on still. That's not the case. It's still happening, and they're still working through it. And I think when it changes, I think a lot of people are just going to be left in the dark. They're not going to know really what fully happened, and it's just going to be too late, I guess you could say. Now, like I said, this is not meant to be doom and gloom. I'm not trying to scare anybody into, oh, I better buy, I better hurry up and go out and buy. Hopefully, everybody watching this channel, realistically, if you're watching this channel, you probably already have yours, hopefully. Unless you're one of those people that just, like to watch just to get on and put that diss comment, why gold and silver is not going to do anything, why it's just going to keep letting you down. And, honestly, maybe that's the case. Maybe it will. But the truth of the matter is, I bought as low as $16, I think, $15, $16. I've talked to people that have been stacking for years and years, and they understand that silver has gone up. I talked to one person that was buying as low as was it $5 an ounce? It was an obscene number, but he was buying back in the 70s, and I think it was 70s or early 80s. There's been a lot of opportunities for people that have been stacking. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. People known that this was working, essentially that this was going down years and years ago. They knew what was happening. And that was, a lot of that had to do, when they took the silver out of money, out of currency in 64, a lot of people knew, oh, this is it. This is happening. And that was, 64. Well, years later, you had 74, I think it was. They made the deal with US dollars for oil. Almost 50 years later, Now it looks like they're moving to gold for oil. A lot of people are talking about that right now, and I think something could come from that. You know, I think a lot of people, countries are getting tired of this idea of, you know, we're giving up our hard-earned resources that we're mining, that we're producing, that we're manufacturing, and what are we getting for it? They're getting basically paper. I won't say toilet paper, because fiat currency actually is made out of a nice little cloth. However, you know, it makes you think, what are they really getting for what they give us? And as people really start to realize that, they start to rethink their position. I love these kangaroo coins. I don't know what it is about them. I just really like them. And as this continues, more and more people are getting away from accepting paper for real currency. And eventually will come a time where that's it. All these dollars got to go somewhere. And if nobody wants them, where do they go? Well, what they're going to do is they're going to flood them back into the United States. They're going to buy up stuff here in the United States, whether that be land or tangible assets. I don't think they're really going to be focusing on land as much as tangible assets, because a lot of land has already gone up in value. But granted, we're talking billions and trillions of dollars out there. And when you factor that out, I think they're going to want tangible assets that they can bring back to their country. It's easier to protect in their country. I was actually watching a video today on the top 3 countries that are highly unlikely to ever get invaded. And number 1 is the U.S. It's unlikely anybody's ever going to invade us here. Number 2 was, ironically, any guesses? I did not know that it would be Russia. That was number 2. And number 3 was China. I actually would have thought those 2 would have been flipped. But those are the 3 that are highly unlikely that anybody will ever invade. And a lot of that is because of the weapons that Russia has, the manpower that China has. China now has a bigger fleet in ships, planes, troops, even bigger than the United States. However, what the U.S. does have is a huge amount of technology. We have advanced our weapons over everybody else's. And some people believe even UFOs have been basically broken down and restructured, or maybe they're not even UFOs. Maybe they're just top secret planes. I mean, when you think about early UFO sightings, we had triangular shaped, and now we have the B-2 bomber. So, with that being said, it makes you think how advanced, and all this technology, it does use something. It uses a lot of silver. With technology, a lot of people don't know the Manhattan Project actually used tons and tons of silver because it was easier for electric conducts. Man, why am I messing up? I heard it on my conductivity. That's pretty bad because I am an electrician by trade. But they just, you know, it's you get more conductivity out of silver than copper. And the truth of the matter is, some people will ask, well, why don't we just use silver as our power lines? The truth of the matter is, can you imagine silver being used in everybody's lines? If they're willing to cut down electricity lines for copper, imagine what they would do if it was silver. I mean, you'd have a lot more people jumping them lines. So it's highly unlikely that they would use that. But for the Manhattan Project, it was all centrally located, and they were able to melt it back down and put it in our strategic stockpile reserves. Now, when you look at strategic stockpile reserves, one of the main things that we got to look at is oil. How much oil is there in our strategic stockpile reserve? We've used up a lot of it. And with that, it takes a lot of oil to essentially pull silver out of the ground. We talked about it a little bit last week in one of the videos. And if you haven't seen the video Gold, the story of gold, it's a great YouTube short movie, I guess you could say. It was about 30 minutes. It was put out by the World Gold Council. I really enjoyed watching it. I put it in a link in yesterday's video, but you can find it pretty easy if you look online. I really think gold and silver are going to do really well in the future. This ain't financial advice, but I am buying it because I firmly believe that we're going to see precious metals continue to climb. And I think at a certain point when it really takes a big jump, I think a lot of people are going to get discouraged. And I think it's going to push a lot of people out. I think it's going to bring a whole new group of people into the stacking community, though, because a lot of people will be like, oh, man, it's just going to keep going up. And it probably will. And as that happens, more people will get into it, you know, because they'll be looking for a safe haven to put their money. A lot of people believe, oh, if gold goes up too high or silver goes up too high, people won't buy. Truth of the matter is, people were buying at $2,100 last week. People are buying it. Look at what it's selling for now even. Gold is still roughly $2,100 on most online dealers, and people are still buying it. Is it slowing a little? Yes, but people are still buying it. Now, these two coins obviously are not silver. They're challenge coins. Like I said, this is a package from Universal Coin and Bullion. They are my bullion dealer. I like them. I like the deals they give, and this was one of their Black Friday deals. So with that being said, I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Are you stacking? What are you stacking? And what are you stacking for? Thank you so much for watching, commenting, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.